what we're going to do is a very simple cider made out of store-bought fruit juice. You can use pretty much any juice you want, preferably clear, but if it's not, most of the stuff will sink to the bottom as you're going along. What we're going to do is we're going to decant from the boxes of juice into the bucket, into our fermenter that has been sanitized. The more sanitary your stuff is, the less likely you are to get any funny stuff going on in your alcohol. What you want to do is you want to be quite vigorous with the pouring into the bucket so that it gets lots of air into the juice, because your yeast needs air to start. So here we go. If you do have a juice that's not clear, what you should think about doing as you're pouring it in is just give it a good shake, because it'll get any sediment off the bottom of the box, because you want that fruity goodness. If your juice is clear, just go ahead and do it like I'm doing it now. So some important things to remember about your fruit juice. You want preservative-free fruit juice. Preservatives will kill your yeasties, and yeasties is what we need to make alcohol. Alright, so simple. Our juice is in the bucket. We've got 10 liters of juice here. Next we're going to add our yeast. What I've got here is a champagne yeast, which will give you a finer bubble, possibly a slightly cleaner taste. And what we've got here is store-bought brewer's yeast. May give you some funky flavors, but ultimately does the same job. Clean it up quite nicely, and it's going to give you the same end result either way. Alright, so we're going to use the champagne yeast for this one. Okay, let me just sprinkle it across the top. Put all of that in there. Take your sanitized spoon. Even better would be a whisk, but a spoon will do. If you've aerated your juice well as you've poured it in, you shouldn't have to stir too vigorously. We're just trying to get the yeast incorporated into the juice. Alright. You've got your hole in your bucket lid. Put your bucket lid on with a piece of tubing. Seal your bucket so that it is airtight. Grab a jar of water. Put your tube in there, and there you have a very simple airlock where your gas generated by your yeast, CO2, will come out of there and bubble off, and nothing can get in via the water. And there you have it. That is a fairly simple cider, where this is going to ferment out for about 7 to 10 days, and we will bottle it. We'll show you how that's done and what everything looks like as the process wears on. Thanks guys, enjoy. Guys, we're back and we're going to bottle our cranberry cider that we started last week. It's been sitting here bubbling away nicely for the whole week. Hopefully when we open it, it's going to have no horrible surprises, some good surprises. It's going to be nice and clear. First of all, I'm going to show you how to get sugar into your bottles so that your cider will carbonate and be nice and fizzy. Then we're going to take a reading on the hydrometer to determine how much alcohol we have generated. And then we're going to take what is in the bucket in the fermenter and put it into the bottles. I've got two different types of bottles that I'm going to show you. I have a Grolsch bottle that takes a swing top and a normal beer bottle that takes a cap. Remember, your bottles need to be sanitized. I usually do that with either sanitizer or I bake them in the oven, which is an entirely different video. So make sure that everything is clean and ready to go. So first of all, you're going to take a half teaspoon of sugar, nice and heaped, so we can have a nice fizzy cider. Get that into the bottle. And we are ready to go with taking some readings. Now that we have our sample, we can see how much of the sugar the yeast has eaten and turned into alcohol. Our hydrometer has readings up the side, where it shows us what is what. What we're hoping to see is about a 1015, maybe up or down to a 1010. So we've gotten most of the bubbles off, we let it go. It's sitting pretty much bang on 1000, so that's going to be quite dry. We may have left it a little bit too long, but hey, we'll still drink it. Dry, tangy, definitely cranberry. Cheers. So here's our bottle with the sugar in it. There's the sugar at the bottom. Okay, we're going to take the bottling wand and put the bottling wand into the bottle with the auto stopper, and that will start the bottling process. So our liquid is now transferring from the fermenter into the bottle. Okay, so we have now emptied our fermenter and our bottles are full. We want to get our lids onto the bottles as quickly as possible. So I'm going to show you 3 different types of bottles that you can use. This is the standard beer bottle with the crown cap. That you need a bench press capper or a 2-arm capper, a wing capper. It's now capped. Give it a little bit of a shake to mix up your priming sugar. Put it one side, forget about it. Our Grolsch bottles have the swing top. Clip those into the little holes, put the lid on, close it, give it a little bit of a shake, put it down, forget about it. Then we have PET bottles. You can bottle in these. You'll just need to up your priming sugar from half a teaspoon to maybe a heaped teaspoon. And you will have to keep an eye on these. They will take some pressure, but you will need to burp them from time to time. So if you feel that it is really hard, just close it again. You'll still end up with a nice carb product. You just won't end up with cider all over your brewery or your house or your fridge or wherever it ends up being. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your cider.